Well, Happy New Year, everyone. This is the first week of the new year, the first Wednesday of the new week of the new month of the new year, and still part of the 10th night of Christmas. Tonight is the 10th night of Christmas, and if you look out at the stars tonight, there's a beautiful crescent moon and a really brilliant, beautiful Venus, planet Venus, and also Mercury is out in the southwestern sky. Actually, in the eastern sky. So I hope everybody's actually keeping warm. This is a very chill day today. You can feel it in the air, and it certainly is in our surroundings here. It's about 8 degrees, and the wind's blowing about 25 miles an hour, and it's about 15 below chill temperature. So that's just right for this winter solstice, early January 2017 arrival. So this will be about new beginnings today. And sometimes in new beginnings, we look at the seventh generation yet to come, and we also look at the ancestors, our ancestors who preceded before us. The echo ancestral voice of our old elders, and in this season of surrender to the old, surrendering the old to the new, and a rebirth of the earth at this time, I would take a little time to remember a good friend who passed on our way and graced our days along the joy of this journey called life, and we'll dedicate this to Brett Gordon, who left all too soon in late November of 2013. And this is a remembrance of loved ones who passed on, as well as those who made great contributions to our culture and to our community and to this very TV station and this very city. Iowa City. So this is a piece I wrote. Brett died very suddenly at the age of 56 probably. And he always used to say, "I'll see you in the old country." So this is a piece I wrote dedicated to Brett called "I'll See You in the Old Country." I woke up this Sunday morning from a dream of plenty, tilth, abundance, and vision. This was the Sunday morning, December 15th. Brett appeared in the dream, walking amongst us. We were gathering at Old Brick. Brett was the director of Old Brick in Iowa City. To celebrate his life, first down a long hallway at Old Brick we came. I could hear Brett barking out orders to someone. He did it softly. Then he wanted to know why they changed the phone numbers. You want to know, why did they change the phone numbers? There were plenty gathered there. Thousands were outside, trying to make it up the hill in winter weather. So crowded no one could hardly move. Brett walked amongst us. In the packed gathering in the main church body of Old Brick, quite a vision, quite a celebration. In total suspension of the time-space continuum, it was days before the true Pentecost. For a true night of the Round Table, just 50 steps up from the Pentecrest, Brett moved around the front of the vestibule and then found 5 things that had fallen halfway down a folded seat. He pulled them out. I told him that they were 5 rosaries I had brought. We both gathered them up and walked over to a sacred corner of Old Brick. I told Brett I wanted him to choose one for the journey he was to go on. Brett chose the green one, the one from Ireland, and told me he was all right, not to worry. He was in good spirit and good keep. We hugged a hug of long day, a long, deep male mystery, a full-boated hug, one that reached into eternity, into magisterium of mysterium tremendum. It was a bond and a sign of his great leaving fully in joy. Brett was the only person I have ever met, ever in my entire life, who had a sense of another world, another place here in this time. He always left his departing greeting with, "I'll see you in the old country." He always left his departed greeting when you're saying goodbye. He'd always say, "I'll see you in the old country." For me, that was immediately Ireland, and also the country of dreams. This always deeply impressed me and deeply moved me. Once, a couple of years before that, there was a celebration of a writer, Vance Borgelli, in his life at Old Brick. There was a celebration of Vance Borgelli's life, and it was held at Old Brick, and Brett was the host. Sandy Boyd, the former president of the University of Iowa, greeted us at the door. This is in the Awake Dream in real time. David Hamilton and all the other good authors from the Writers' Workshop were there. Even a close friend, Kurt Vonnegut's lover, was there. Spirits and voices were dancing all around there. Other voices from other times. Brett was a very dear close friend. He was a brilliantly gifted genius in many forms: music, Shakespeare, engineering, love of people. His many gentle, loving kindnesses were countless, each time a miracle of kindness, just when I needed it the most. One of those rare beings of intuition, insight, understanding, and wisdom. This brilliant gift of Brett touched all of our lives deeply. Whether we knew him or not, he was a guiding force behind public access television. We love you, Brett. Fare thee well. See you in the old country, here at Old Brick. Look up some night when all is quiet in the deep silence. You will see the spirit of Brett dancing and lilting across the rafters in laughter, and flitting hither, thither, and yon, round about corners, cloisters, stained glass, windows of Old Brick, in resonance, an angel in residence. Aho! Brett was just all of that. Another piece that's at the beginning here, dedicated to Brett, was written for who he was in his sacral clothes, an apostle of love, Brett Gordon, in the light of living love. A great soul came our way. A great soul has passed away. Brett Gordon. Community activist in communications, community peace person, community director of Old Brick. The night before Brett died, after getting a medical update from Brett's brother David, I was really moved, in a state of deep grief. Brett and I were very close friends. I sat down and reflected upon life and what is life and the gift of life. I composed a poem in the light of living love, in honor of Brett, as a living heart song. In honor of Brett, I offer and share it with you today, Thanksgiving Day. May it cause you to stop, pause, and wonder, and reflect upon the gift and blessing of life, and embrace fully the joy of the journey, dear friend. Brett's brother David called me this Wednesday morning. Brett died last night at 9 p.m., Tuesday evening, at University of Iowa Hospital, November 26, 2013, just as we were leaving Mount Mercy. Please keep Brett's family in your prayers. Brett was a warm, inspiring, brilliant, gifted man, director of Old Brick, beloved in our community. Brett was an exemplar of St. Francis in every way. He is dearly missed. The seraphim are winging Brett to his heavenly home. Requiescat in pace, dear friend. Dear beloved Brett, may the eternal light shine upon you. Special warm Thanksgiving, everyone, and Christmas, and now New Year's. May the eternal light be with you. Cherish your loved ones, everyone. Cherish your loved ones and your friends. Let them know it now in the living time. I cherish you all very warmly. Happy New Year. Be of good cheer. In the light of living love, for Brett Gordon, a great soul, a loving friend. Sometimes we look past things, dear friend. Sometimes we look past things. Let's take a moment to stop, to pause. And in this rounding of the widening gyre, let's take a moment to stop, to pause for wonder, for the gift of it all. For the beautiful sunlight which is shimmering and showering us and all living things in streams of love. This probiotic web of loving light is that which weaves, binds, and bonds us all together in a streaming biotic community of living love. Reach out and touch someone today in celebration of all this living love, this vibrancy. Dear friend, we are whom we have always been waiting for. Celebrate, dear friend, with you and yours. It is a gift given freely. Ah, good, good, good. Good vibrations to you and yours. Ah, with a little gratitude, we put some latitude in our attitude and reach altitude and hit orbit, singing, "Wee! We can fly!" In deep gratitude, dear friend, a truly happy Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving Nuas, the sun shining brightly, November 26, 2013. Zolkin, in Lakesh, Alakan. I am another yourself, you are another myself. Alakan in Lakesh. You are another myself, I am another yourself. In Lakesh, Alakan. I am another yourself, you are another myself. Washing our spirits clean in this Zolkin, this game board gone galactic and lit up this 2013. This 2013, or now 2017. And that brings us to a cosmic burst of laughter on this bubble, saying that we are stardust. And we are stardust if we look at it. As above, so below. We are stardust. Yes, and that distant, long dead star whose light we still see on our horizon burns the same carbon, magnesium, iron, and phosphorus that make up our own blood and bones. These minerals are also rich in our plants, herbs, and our medicine. Let's make tea and replenish our miracles. Connect with that distant star, that oat straw, high in calcium, calms our nerves. There's a symbiosis. Horsetail, rich in silica, is great for bones and joints. Hair and nails. Red clover tea is a cornucopia of miracles and minerals. Calcium, chromium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. That's red clover tea. Alfalfa is nutritious for its vitamins. Raspberry leaf tea is an excellent source of iron, calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, and is a tonic in all stages of life. Nettles pack a wallop with iron and vitamin C, making it a great remedy for anemia. Anemia, what, you can't remember? If you can't remember, use raspberry leaf tea or nettles. Dandelion is a diuretic with potassium and is excellent for cleansing and fortifying. Whole plants contain multiple constituents that complement and assist our healing properties. Willow bark, the powerful pain reliever that aspirin attempts to mimic. Willow bark, contains a gut healer that aspirin does not. You can't take this imposter for more than 3 days without risking damage to your gastrointestinal lining. And our soil, after many years of chemical agricultural practices, we've stripped the stardust, the nutrients, out of the dirt. Grow your own, trade with the neighbors. Buy organic as much as you can. Did you know that potassium nitrate is present in the morning dew? That's right, potassium nitrate is present in the morning dew. That is early European forefathers collected dew in the early morning and added it to their goat's milk to make cultured butter and yogurt. Let's listen to that. That is really, potassium nitrate is in the morning dew. Our early grandparents, foreparents, collected dew in the early morning and added it to their goat's milk to make cultured butter and yogurt. All the ferments. Isn't it stardust that inoculates your countertop sauerkraut? Isn't it stardust that inoculates your countertop sauerkraut? And entheogen is a plant that connects us with the divine. Cannabis, datura, amanita, peyote. Many cultures have used entheogens to connect with the spirit realms, ancestors, the goddess. Maybe these plants have more stardust. It seems we're always trying to get back to our divine connection. Yet, all along, the divine elements of the stars are right here, all around us. In the plants, in ourselves, as above, so below. Trimorphic protonoia. Thrice Hermes Trismegistes, the divine Pymander. The emerald fire in the middle of our mind. Pyre, pure Amid, fire in the middle of our minds. Divine Pymander, the pyramid. We are stardust, as above, so below. And that is what we call, in this beginning of the journey, the beginning of the divine mind activated as our own entheogenic plants amongst us. Entheogenic plants amongst us. We are all part of the journey that breathes within us. And as we breathe within us, we realize we have to slow down to our inner Innisfree and move to the Innisfree, our inner Innisfree, in the divine Hibernia of the winter solstice. So we slow down time. And this is slow rhythms for fast times. We slow our biorhythms down when we're living in these fast times. And we breathe in the alpha bit and the beta particles and the alpha waves of our ancestors from 100,000 years ago, 200,000 years. And we breathe out the ancestral oxygen and carbon and nutrients for the seventh generation yet to come. For the seventh generation yet to come. 300 sextillion 1, 300 sextillion 2, oh countless sky fires, farther than the eye can see, to the very edge of light, travel where far equals old. And it takes you eons to be seen, and it takes you eons to be seen, here where we orbit round your little sister Sunfire. We worship the deep mystery of your vast mother night. Nuit ratri not ispapapaloti Ishtar nix brexta. Give us dreams of the long view peace. Asteria, divine for us, hope and healing. We are your dust, made of your sparkle. We forget here in this troubled world. Help us read your brilliant patterns, connect our distant dots, navigate the light ways of compassion. Bright star muses, bring us song, art, story. Ignite in us passion to create beyond our reach. Open the portals of imagination and flame us into revolutionary grace. I wish I may embrace your glow, cherish the unknown. I wish I might. What does it mean to be made of cosmic shimmer? Whispers of visions tease us, dreams light up our sleep, oracles unveil the extraordinary. Star muses birth poems, songs, altars. Imagination turns the corner, glistening with surprise. Inexhaustible currents of healing radiate love and renewal. Inexhaustible currents of healing radiate love and renewal. The power available to us as star people is given real-world engagement. As our writers and artists grapple as well as with dark matter, women rising up from the black hole of patriarchy are fixing things, dancing away the violence, empowering each other in the face of oppression. And from the depths of personal disappointment comes nonetheless affirmation that discomfort is a growthful edge. The holes rent in my heart are merely windows with new ways to look out. The holes rent in my heart are merely windows with new ways to look out. Downside. Yes, our precious blue planet is on the downslide of climatic change. The North Pole is 50 degrees above normal as I speak. Cataclysmic storms of water, fire, wind swirl havoc on every continent. We do actively adore our home rock. To touch lichen growing on bark brings us to our knees. To touch lichen growing on bark brings us to our knees. We care for Earth as best we can, live green, conserve blue, and in the long, long view, know that she too rides the cyclic waves of birth, life, death, renewal into mystery. The multidimensional universe will be Earth's grave, as it was her cradle, and her particles will float into new beyonds. Those cycles in our own biological rhythms take us from dust to dust. A mother celebrates her child. You came naked on the backs of the celestial storks. Through tumbleweed and Milky Way, star spray and mother's milk, a woman sings of her now heaven-bound mother. A woman longs to revere her great-grandmother's bones, ashes to ashes. Return, return. Return, she, her great-grandmother's bones, ashes to ashes, return, return. She who weaves the night sky, unravels the warp, reinvents the woof. We Moon invites us to know, at the deep center of the star archetype, at the deep center of the star archetype, there is calm. In classic star archetype, we give ourselves healing in sacred water, that is liquid stardust. Star Wars, no. The elixir of peace is the ultimate star gift. Meditation, quiet embrace of natural beauty, exquisite compassion for all beings. These are the constellations of the inner night sky, as limitless as the far reaches of time and space out there in the immensity. In here, in the universe of the heart, on our intimate planet home, May the unconditional love force be with us. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, that is really who you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, that is really who you are. The night sky singing back to us in our heart song, and the 300 hextillions of us, and the mother night, and that is the symbiosis of our time. We are starborn. So when you look at your digital clock and you see 11:11 from time to time, let that be a trigger. That's a pulsar from Pleiades saying that you are starborn. Okay, so you look at your digital clock and it says 11:11 from time to time. That's a pulsar from Pleiades saying that we are starborn. And embrace that and breathe it in. Breathing is the way of knowing. Breathing is our way of knowing. So that kind of opens us up to signs and transits and all of that, and what we want to explore this year. But knowing that we are as above as below, thrice Hermes Trismegistes, trimorphic protoanoia. So this is we're charting our starcraft in the mother night of this November 29th to December 28th, and then December 28th. And in this time we enter the mystery. The mystery is, you are the living goddess and I bow to you. All the crickets chant, Om, and the moon glows. Time lies down in the corpse pose, and the night births hundreds of billions of galaxies. And the night births hundreds of billions of galaxies. You are the mystery without question or answer. And we are the inevitable explosion of awe. This is the mystery given to us by the Divine Mother. In the winter solstice, birthed between November 29th and December 28th. You are the living goddess, and I bow to you. All the crickets chant, Om, and the moon glows. Time lies down in the corpse pose, and the night births hundreds of billions of galaxies. You are the mystery without question or answer, and we are the inevitable explosion of awe. Aho. Winds of change. The ancient mother of the cosmos breathes stardust into form. Our midnight universe is strung with crystal stars. Snow-white mountains gleam on Pluto. Ice and rocks make moons for Jupiter. In far-off galaxies, she breathes disintegration. Branching nebulas fling ruby torches arcing over black iron falls to forest as meteors race across the sky. She breathes the sparks that make new spheres. New stones and bones, new stories. She breathes the mountain and the veiling cloud. She breathes the dancing crane and the tiger. She breathes the woman's song of birth, both harsh and joyous. She breathes the death of old worlds, worn to whispers rattling in the throat. She breathes the winds of change that lift our soul to wings, our minds alight. She has breathed us to this moment, to this purpose, and we are here to call our goddess to this now, this world, this heart. Her breath is mine, her breath is yours. With her celestial power within us, we can turn the world around. The winds of change. Check out Jimi Hendrix, Winds of Change, one of the great Buddhas of our time. You are not alone. The Divine Mother is here, streaming live to every receiver. tune in. So that's the beginning. And in the beginning are the bones. And sometimes those bones are the sailor bones. We fuse and shine. So let's fuse and shine. When we collide with stars, we fuse and shine, woven in holy cosmic rapture, in simultaneous harmonic nows. This tapestry is radiance. And here we hear that the rattle of the old bones. And these bones are love gifts, and this is all there is. So this is a love gift in the form of the soldier bones. And we'll look at the soldier bones in a new way. Hear the soldier bones. Even the spark of love has grown stone cold. Hear the soldier bones. Jesus Christ can't even hear this. It tears the soul from the vault, and it's nobody's fault. Or whose fault is it? Been working toward this all my life. Now the war is won in crypts of blood. Even the encoded, shoulder erased inside the double helix calyx of separation time inside DNA corral. And no one knows a bone or owes a dime for this time. Hear the soldier bones. They grow where all the groans have stopped, and all the twisted sisters have gathered in situ ritual. Only goddess mystery knows, inside Arcadia fire. The lipstick of your mind wraps your lips around me. Every time you close your eyes, come and find your lover. Underneath the covers, San Francisco, darling, in the open golden gate of now. Hang gliding off the cliffs of forever eternitas, for Bam Bam, Requiescat, and Pace, and your desire shines in diamond-jeweled ornament in your heart. She sings liberation here where you will only find desire, once and true, and only once in your life, where it dances forever in this ocean of secrets, beyond the cold of this age, beyond the cold of this day. Spread the ashes of your rage upon this age. Spread the ashes of your rage upon this age. Come up here once and forever and dance in this green fire. Come up here once and forever and dance in this green fire. Burn yourself. Purify this desire. Get ready for whoa in the mystery of this circadian relief. See it painted in the silhouette, smiling on the side of your face in female cameo, hanging on golden chain, caressing your neck, dancing and cascading in shimmering ripples down your breast. And the symmetry of desires birth in the fires from here, dripping in shining radiance, my heart and soul singing through shimmering blue of your beauty dark champagne eyes. Create your birth here, behind dark mirror, and sing in the fire. Hear the soldier bones, and know, release, forgiveness, loving compassion, burning desire, setting the old mental house aflame, sending it up in fire, so we can now see the full moon over New Year. Tat Vamasi, thou art that. Happy New Year. Love this. Aho. This is hearing the soldier bones. We come now to a time of penitence in America. What does it mean? No fancy words. Only nerds can configure and confuse. It's a time for honest emotions, for keeping it real, for calling it real, for looking for real, for looking at real, for inhabiting real, for being real. It's not too late. That's the good news. It's not too late. From here we move beyond hate, beyond greed, beyond hesitation, beyond limitation. We only pursue real, wrapped within the nurturing social fabric of love and justice. Within love and justice is real power, social power, love, power, and energy. Synergy of America's truth of real penitence. For good folks who are penny tense due to economic meltdown, penitence to help with folks to reclaim penny cents so they won't be a day late and a pound heavy. Love power of this energy is synergy for a new America and American beauty. And ain't this the true way on this real Independence Day, in the land of the real and the free, the land of the real free? And ain't this beauty and this penitence of penny cents reveals itself to be repentance? And this repentance is the receptacle of beauty here in the cenacle where we experience redemption song, where kenosis, emptying out of our way, the kenosis, the emptying out of our way, has its way in proto-anoia. And ain't this a revelation all across this rainbow hoops of all the nations on Turtle Island in Gaia? Here everybody receives, and ain't this the way of all this bliss? A new DNA, hooray! This day, in trimorphic proto-anoia, and the Socratized gondolas of Aeolus glide effortlessly by in the overcurrents, and zippy pronoia flits by in the sparkling, twinkling smile of a firefly, and anoia is love, nothing to anoia, but simply to embrace you with this love, in this heart song called America, the eternal of the rainbow gathering love. And this is the rainbow gathering in America. And for all you and yours, and all who love, and all who desire love, and all who yearn for love, and all who seek love, and all who serve love, let it shine, shine, shine in radiance, wholly deserving of thee and thine, from the heart, from the shining heart sutra of love, winging across Turtle Island, our beloved water planet Gaia, our beloved home, Mother Earth, Americua, from the heartland. That's in the light. We come now to a time of penitence in America. And so we're tuning in to hearing the soldier bones, and we mount up against the insanity. We listen in and we find our friend is an apostle of love. But we also find that we're daughters and sons of the galactic universe through the starborn of 1111, but also the healing herbs and the healing teas like red raspberry tea. And these are all part of our humanity. The asymmetry of the cosmic consciousness Christmas tree of our humanity. And in our humanity, we're dealing with a lot of insanity. And so we'll travel here and see what happens. This is before the new year and after. It was written in 2013. Mount up beyond the insanity. The insanity seems to mount up and up and up. What are they supposed to make of us here? Are we of any use? Are we of any sentience? Are we of any intelligence? Families doing runarounds, disrespect, distancing, silencing, attempting to death their own members through cabal and conspiracy of silence, pretending they are not a person right in front of their very face. Sometimes the biological family is not family. Sometimes the biological family is diabolical. And their appearances and reassurances is that they never want you to know this. Well, dear friend, wake up. Notice and take note of this. Sometimes this is true, many times it's not true. And take note of this. What race of barbarians killer this? Ah, the topics of the killer ghost Reagan and Humpty Trumpty, the tactics of Reagan the killer ghost and Humpty Trumpty, trying to come visit again and establish residency. But not this time, dear friend. Kill that ghost presence in your own family. The presence, not your family. And wherever you reckon it, and wherever you recognize it, and reckon it, you will save the human race in this time and this place. Even the most familiar faces are subject to this dis-ease. Be aware, be vigilant, love and protect yourself, because you are not engaging in the killer conversation and appear to be silent. Because you are not engaging in the killer conversation and appear to be silent does not mean that you don't know what's going on. That does not mean that you don't know what's going on. It means that you won't participate in what's going down. Be aware in this season of the friendly fascist Humpty Trumpty ghost. Be silent as serpents and wise as doves. And ride on the wind, dear friend. Love the others who are truly right in there with you. And celebrate this love that is returning to you. So we're going to need it all. It's time to look in there and see who's in there with you right now. Find your sources of power. And your seat of power in your sacred space, power places. Could be nature. And we're going to maybe look at defragging time. Time is we have the Time Lords and the frame draggers and the time fraggers. And the Time Lords, it's time to defrag time somewhere in the late universe of things. Well, they've assaulted our dementia, sailing our mind ships into the abyss. If you're not on this ship, you've missed the trip. The Creator crossed the equator and never looked back, leaving us all alone. He jumped ship in mid-trip. What a henchman. What a traitor. Deserted us like maggots in thin air. My, what a crime. Our emotions stuck inside a truck, fathoms and phantoms deep. A drunken sailor steered straight right for the oncoming fjord. And down below, nobody knows how deep it really is. This vast crevasse way out here, past any known synapse, are known shoals of surcease and release, and surcease circling dis-ease and release, a mid-course correction before collision and confusion, amidst and contusion amidst all this confusion, and dead Confucian decadence, doing their death dance on the twilight of the Western Twinkie mind. This sunset effect reality between the two worlds on the Titanic puts a parenthesis in Humpty Trumpty in the abyss. A bridge of co-creation we can now step over, and 8 fathoms deep and 8 miles high. They've fragmented time and fragged our mind with feel-good scrotum-stroking buys. We have mutiny on the bow and reclaim our bounty, snatched up the sextant and re-steered and reconfigured and reconnoitered the stars. Out of the vacuum of Doth, we moved out of the death zone, reclaimed our dispersed energy here at the assemblage point of noblesse oblige, become synchronous with our inner universe, and defrag time from the dark lords of wage slavery and the bankster shuffle. Look up, carry a shovel, let's bury the dead, and old man too. Don't forget to stomp on his watery grave, as he is now sealed and locked in the eternal vault, down, 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 in Davy Jones' locker. And it really doesn't get any better than this. Sodden sailors' sinew and new sins too. We've all got to be forgiven or forgotten. Makes no sense, because we're nothing more than Jonathan Rotten, sinking an apple deep beyond the orb of the widening gyre. This shipload of desire is sinking us down. This shipload of desire is sinking us down deep into the mire, way beyond muck, and it's wreathing, breathing, reeling, roiling yuck. Barnacles of desire dig deep into our skin. Our shrunken skeletons just shrug our shoulders and grin and bare our fanged teeth. Vagina dentatitis, paranoia of our horned tooth, the toad of truth we carry as our bridal troth, past veiled falls and into chapel perilous. Steer straight the stars through record lows. Amidst the rhapsody, can you float this whole boat with shitloads and shithouses full of desire and all the other billions of boats out here on this forbidden planet? Well, Johnny Rotten, this is your mission impossible. Are you up for it? What smaller task would you rather have? Well, you signed on for this task, dear matey. Now get to it. That's a sailor in a boat, in time, out of time, in time, singing a new song, a new rhyme for this mounting up beyond the insanity and defragging time. This, again, it brings us back to the electronic community fire that we're all sharing here. And the love fire, the Arcadia fire, that's the heart desires around this fjordic, light, mind-centered time. And that is why we're receiving such deep emerald light along the way here. And we will continue for some time. That's just the season and the circle in which we're in. And that's the unconscious pilot singing back to us in language that we can understand. And in this moment, we're going to move back into defragging time. We're gonna go back into defragging time and see the connections between the apostle of love and our dear friend who passed on, and the soldier bones, and the timing of that, what we're in this sacred time of year. But more than that, we're taking this moment to remember the love that you have to give someone, or that they have given you, and you're very important right now. And we're coming into a time when they're mean spirits trying to kill our spirit. So people, reach inside the heart of this love light and love one another and light our lights up and light our hearts up with the circle of love and light around and around this circle, around the circle, outside of the circle, and outside of the circle, outside of the circle, and around the circle, outside of the circle, around this whole circle of loving, rainbow gathering, light, love, planet, mind. And realize that we inhabit this planet mind because of the desire for loving kindness, the compassion, and the centered heart song of the gift of the joy of this journey. And reach out to someone here in the living time and share with them that your love for their joy in this journey means something. Very simple. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. In Lacan, I am another yourself. Alakesh, you are another myself. In Lakesh, I am another yourself. Alakan, you are another myself. Breathing is the center here, is essential. Well, they've assaulted our dementia, sailing our mind ships into the abyss. If you're not on this ship, you've missed the trip. And boy, what a trip we're in. The Creator crossed the equator and never looked back, leaving us all alone. He jumped ship in mid-trip. What a henchman, what a traitor. He deserted us like maggots in thin air. My, what a crime. Our emotions stuck inside a truck, fathoms and phantoms deep. On this heavy, heavy ocean, a drunken sailor steered straight, right for the oncoming fjord, and down below, nobody knows how deep it really is. This vast crevasse, way out here, past any known synapse or known shoals of surcease and release, a mid-course correction before collision and contusion, amidst all the confusion and the dead Confucian decadence on the decks of the redwood forest on your backyard, doing their death dance on the twilight of the western trinket mind. This sunset effect, reality between the two worlds, puts a parenthesis in the abyss, a bridge of co-creation we can now step over. And 8 fathoms deep and 8 miles high, they fragmented time and fragged our mind with feel-good, scrotum-stroking buys and toys. Sailing toward Byzantium, we have mutiny on the bow. We reclaim our bounty, snatched up the sextant, and re-steered and reconfigured and reconnoitered as stars. Out of the vacuum of death, we move out of the death zone, reclaiming our dispersed energy here at the assemblage point of noblesse oblige, become synchronous with our inner universe, and defrag time from the dark lords of wage slavery and the bankster shuffle. Look up, carry a shovel. Let's bury the dead and old man too. Don't forget to stomp on his watery grave, as he is now sealed and locked in eternal vault. Down, down, down in Davy Jones' locker. And it really doesn't get any better than this. Sodden sailors, sinew and new sins too. We've all got to be forgiven or forgotten. It makes no sense, because we're nothing more than Johnny Rotten, sinking an apple deep beyond the orb of the widening gyre. This shipload of desire is sinking us down. This shipload of desire is sinking us down deep into the mire, way beyond the muck, and it's wreathing, breathing, reeling, roiling yuck. Barnacles of desire dig deep into our skin. Our shrunken skeletons just shrug our shoulders and grin and bare our fanged teeth. Vagina dentatitas, oracle of pariah, toad of truth, we carry as our bridal troth, past veiled falls and into chapel perilous. Steer straight the stars through record lows. Amidst the rhapsody, can you float this whole boat with shitloads and shithouses full of desire, and all the other billions of boats out here on this forbidden planet. Well, Johnny Rotten, are you up for it? What smaller task would you really rather have? Well, you signed on for this task, dear matey. Now get to it. Aho. So that's defragging time. Seems to have a resonance around these times that we're in. A resonance. Mount up beyond the insanity. The insanity seems to mount up and up and up. And what are we supposed to make of us here? What are they supposed to make of us here? Are we of any use? Are we of any sentience? Are we of any intelligence? Families doing runarounds, disrespect, dissonance, distancing, silencing, attempting to death their own members through cabal and conspiracy of silence and pretending that they are not a person right in front of their face. Sometimes a biological family is not family. Sometimes a biological family is diabolical, and their appearances and reassurances is that they never want you to know this. Well, dear friend, wake up, notice, and take note of this. What race of barbarians killers this? Ah, the tactics of Reagan, the killer ghost, and the one to come who claims that he is not the killer ghost. Trying to come visit again and establish residency, but not this time, dear friend. Kill that ghost presence in your own family. If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. And wherever you reckon it and recognize it, you will help save the human race. In this time and this place, even the most familiar faces are subject to this disease. Be aware, be vigilant, love and protect yourself, because you're not engaging in the killer conversation and appear to be silent does not mean that you do not know what's going on. It means that you won't participate in what's going down. Be aware in this season of the friendly fascist, the happy trumpety ghost. Be silent as serpents, and wise as doves. And ride on the wind, dear friend. Ride on the wind. Love the others who are truly right in there with you, and celebrate this love that is returning to you. That is how to defrag the killer's mind of the Humpty Trumpty, who's going to have a great fall. Humpty Trumpty is not aware of this at all. Humpty Trumpty is sitting on his throne, awaiting to defrag everyone and every known. But Humpty Trumpty had a great fall. He's not aware of this, not one iota at all. So we can sit and realize in this sentience of time, it's not too late for us to move beyond hate and beyond all of this other stuff. So we can come to a new land, and we can come to a new land inside our own being, of our own sentient self, which is all of us. And we can experience the land of the real free. And ain't this beauty? And this penitence of the penny sense reveals itself to be repentance. And this repentance is the receptacle of beauty. And this receptacle of beauty here in the cenacle, where we experience redemption song, where kenosis has its own way in proto-anoia. And ain't this a revelation all across this rainbow hoop of all the nations of Turtle Island and Gaia, this water planet? Here everybody receives, and ain't this the way of all this bliss? A new DNA, hooray this day! And the Socratized gondolas of Iodolas glide effortlessly by in the overcurrents, and zippy pronoia flits by in the sparkling, twinkling smile of the firefly. And anoia is love, nothing to anoia, but simply to embrace you with this love, in this heart song eternal of rainbow gathering love. And let this starshine be for you and yours and all who love and all who desire love, all who yearn and seek love and serve love. Let it shine, shine, shine. In radiance, Happy New Year.